Hi, this is Jill, and I wanted to talk to you about month 5 of Hey Violet. But we are more than halfway done now. This month we are making 6 of the same blocks. Next month we will be making 4 of the same block. And then we just have one more month where we are going to get it all sashed and put together. So you are more than halfway done here. So this month, let me show you the block. Oops, I've got them put together with my Wonder Clip. Here is the block. And this is another one of those blocks that looks like you are some sort of expert, but this block is made out of 9 square and a square blocks. So that is a block that is a square with 4 triangles on the corner. So it is the same, 9 of the same units. The only thing is color placement in the units. So, but you can see when you look back at this, you can see kind of a sawtooth star. You know, it really looks like you had all sorts of different types of piecing, and it's all square and a square blocks. It's all the same exact unit, just 9 times with different color placements. So the pattern has you using the folded corner method, where you draw a diagonal. You have your big square, which is going to be the center of your block, and then you have 4 smaller squares that you draw a diagonal line through. You stitch on the line, trim it to 1/4 inch, and press it up. And it's a great technique. It's a super easy technique, and that is what the pattern recommends. I really don't like that folded corner technique. Whenever I can move away from it, I do. I just find that it's very hard to get a really nice square. I'm trying to look for a little piece of paper I can put behind my block so you can see it better. I just had one here. But anyway, sometimes when I use that folded corner technique, things just aren't perfectly square. The side has a little zig or a zag in it, and so I did a technique where I cut my center square smaller, and then I actually sewed 4 triangles onto it. And I used my Studio 180 Design squared ruler for this. And this is a ruler where you end up with a block that is oversized, and you use the ruler to trim it to perfection. So the ruler has one side for cutting that center square, and it has the other side for trimming the block. And the reason I like this ruler is that my square is absolutely perfect. My 1/4 inch from the points is absolutely perfect. But the easiest way to do it is by using the directions in the pattern. Just take your time sewing, and when you press up that folded corner, before you do any trimming, look to make sure it's really covering and that you're going to end up with a pretty square block. You can always fix any irregularities with your seam allowances. Oh, here, I found my block that I haven't trimmed yet. So you can see in this block that I have much more than a 1/4 inch seam at each point. And at this point, I will trim it with the ruler. So that is how I made mine. But you know, oh God, I have been quilting for over, I started quilting, let me think about this, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I have been quilting for about 36 years. And you just get favorite ways of making different units. And so a lot of times, even no matter what a pattern says, I will fall back to my favorite way of making that unit, just because I like the outcome more. So always feel free whenever you're doing a pattern and they have a way of making a unit. If you have a favorite way, feel free to use your favorite way, because the reason, I always say the reason there are multiple ways to make these different units is that we all think a little differently, and a method that is great for me may not be great for you, and a method, you may have a method that just gives you a really nice result. So always feel free to use your favorite method versus the method that is shown in the pattern. So as usual, if you have any questions, just give me a call. Thanks.